Okay, that's good.
Hey guys, we're gonna start up in about 5 minutes, so get ready.
Okay. All right, guys, can everyone hear me? Maybe, yes, no, I don't know. We're gonna start in about 3 minutes, and we're gonna kind of give you guys a little rundown of how we're thinking today's gonna go, but about 3 minutes.
Yes, shoot.
I unmuted it that way they can hear us talk. So yeah, I definitely really wanna.
Yeah, and then I got the one where you don't need internet. And then you can put it in, it'll go into folders automatically, and I just changed my screen to be on all the time.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
And then the stand that you have,
Mhm.
that was, I'm guessing, obviously,
Yeah.
actually just Amazon or something. Okay.
Everything's Amazon.
Yeah. Where'd your banner come from?
The banner, which one?
The open house banner that says like welcome.
No, it was like an Etsy company, but they went out of business. Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Casey literally was like, Kelly, you need to get one. I'm like, dude, she was like, you need to take so many ideas from Natalie's open houses. I'm like, I know, she's really good at it.
I know, I was gonna bring my open house box, cause I have like the mints that says you were meant to be a homeowner and like all that, it's really fun.
That's cute. If I was gonna sell my house, I'd call you.
Yeah. Well, guys, are you guys about ready to get started?
Everyone good? Yeah, there's a lot of mute signs everywhere, so that's okay, and I can't see anyone's thumbs up, but we're just gonna start going. If you guys have any questions, throw it in the chat or open up the audio and interrupt us. Totally okay. This is very informal, just fun, kind of talking about different ideas that we have in the business. So we're gonna talk for about 15-20 minutes, and then we really just want to kind of dive in with questions and hear from you guys and help answer anything that you guys may have. So without further ado, let's just hop on in. So the whole idea is branding. What is branding? How do you classify that?
Yeah, I mean, branding and marketing kind of go hand in hand, and I just have like an actual definition of what brand identity is because it's kind of a big encompassing idea. So to kind of narrow it down is your identity becomes tangible with factors that create your business personality, and that can be in the form of a logo, a company design with elements. It's the voice and vocabulary that your business uses, the values, the mission. And this ideally is going to create your customer's perception of the company. And the whole thing with a brand is that you want it to be that you can multiply it and you can have one platform that can just be used in all areas of your business.
I've got one thing to add on to it. The one I saw this quote and I really like it. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room.
Yeah.
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 I thought that was super cool because that is a lasting impression. So that is your brand, kind of taking shape of the marketing. So now kind of going into your logos on everything, how did you kind of set yourself apart? Like every realtor, we all have licenses, we all do the same thing. What do you do in your business that kind of helps create that brand?
So the first thing I did is I sat down with our marketing manager, Cassidy, and I said, I want something that I can literally put on all of my merchandise, my social media marketing, anything that I can stick it onto that will be a symbol of me and my business. And so she helped me create something and it was cute and catchy. And so from that point on, I created a file with that logo and I just shot it everywhere. Any social media post I had, I took that label also and I sent it to some printing companies and I printed sweatshirts, hats. Not much in the beginning because it's expensive, but it was important enough and I saw the value in that I went beyond my means and I did do it. And that was something that it was a start. And then from there on, I realized more that brand is also not just the tangible things that you're putting on items, but it's the impression that you're leaving on people. And so I started to really hone in on what I wanted my business to represent. And mine was kind of like, I wanted to be more of a giver, a friendly neighborhood face. And so I, expanded on that and started to really focus on my neighborhood, my farm, and also just community events and kind of narrowing it down that way.
One of the first things, and I love this, but one of the first things you did as a realtor in your farm was doing that little dog bowl on your property, and that was insanely cheap. It was very cost effective.
Yeah.
But it lasted. It was a long lasting impression just to all your neighborhood or neighbors.
And so for those of you that don't know, I literally got a bag of concrete, a light post, and I had a printing company print. It was like a pin for a map. And I put my information, my logo on it, and I stuck it in the ground with a map sign. I put a sign holder on that, and I put poop bags on the light post, and I put a water feeder for dogs. And so I would literally see all my neighborhood dogs stop consistently and get my water, and I was constantly changing it, and I was counting all my cards that were disappearing. And then in the holidays, I put like a big blow up pumpkin, and so then it became like a pet photo op. And so then I started going to the dog park almost every night. And people are like, oh my gosh, my dog loves your water. Thank you. He gets so hot after that hill. And I've gotten multiple, transactions that have closed through that one piece of marketing. And so I'm also kind of known, my brand is an animal lover. And so it just kind of piggybacks off of each other.
That is your brand. You literally made your entire brand around that, or have that help your, what people say about you when you're not in the room.
Right.
And it was leaving an impression. I think that's kind of the biggest thing with brand, is leaving an impression, whether it's through just a conversation of like, wow, Natalie is a really good realtor because of the way she spoke to me. Just that is technically branding.
Mm-hmm.
Or doing the tangible things, or just doing the simple providing value. I think that was a big one, is just providing some sort of a value that you can add.
Yeah.
You can add. Branding my business last weekend, we did a community garage sale. And this got a little expensive, but basically every address that signed up for this community garage sale, it was through the city that they were putting it on. They had a map done, and I basically copied and pasted it, threw it into a flyer, and then put like a little flyer box in the middle of the community and put my business card on it. And every single person in the community that was going to garage sailing, they were able to grab it, and because the city only did it online, and everyone loves tangible stuff. So 200 people got my business card just from that morning.
That was genius.
And then the flip side of that, I was like, I want to go even further, because the people that are grabbing it are looking for stuff, but the people that have homes that are selling stuff, that's what I really wanted to capture them. So I paired up with our local donut store, and I got 120 boxes of donuts, and I went to every single house that morning, shook their hand, gave them a box of donuts, and a lot of them were just so confused of why they're getting free donuts. And it was the funniest thing. They're like, well, how much are we doing? I'm like, no, just.
And what came out of that?
2 listings and 2 buyers.
Okay, right there.
Just right there. And I still am getting calls and stuff. Oh, you're the donut guy. I was known as the donut guy. And as stupid as it sounds, that was the branding. That's totally I've been known as the donut guy now. Past that, I've been known as the beach ball guy, because in the summer I get beach balls out at parks and stuff, and kids love beach balls, and they're so cheap. They're literally the cheapest thing you can possibly get. But a little beach ball with my name printed on it, and that was how we were, a branding thing. So
one thing Kyler did that was really funny is he's part of the Canyon Lake Baseball Association. He goes and he supports it and markets it. Well, my son's in the Canyon Lake Little League. And so it was opening ceremonies, and we get there, and Kyler had this big, almost like ice chest / trash can. He had a sticker of his logo on it. It was wrapped. It was really beautiful. But in it, he put 100 water bottles with his logo wrapped around it. And so everybody was drinking those waters. I was drinking the water. My husband's like, crap, I think I want to start using Kyler. Like, just that brand and that face recognition is so important. And, for example, him and I both, we advertise on the marquee sign over here in our shopping plaza. And people will ask us, how many deals have you gotten from, advertising? Not even one. Do we enjoy spending the $150 a month on it? Not really, but I've had multiple people be like, oh, I've seen you on that sign. I've seen you on that sign. So it's just a lot. It's a fact that brand recognition, not only will it just make someone trust you without even knowing that they're trusting you. Yeah. It's because they've seen you around, and you're a friendly face
with people that don't actually realize that you're building a rapport with.
Yeah.
Until they finally need to do it, and you want to be the first person they think of when they're like, I need a realtor. I see Natalie's stuff everywhere. I'm gonna give her a call. She seems trustworthy. Yeah. She's giving me water. My dog has drank from her water bowl. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just a really important aspect of your business that a lot of people, of course, our goal would be to get to the point where we're just repeats and referrals and we don't need to market ourselves. But early in the business and with how competitive it is, it's really important. And I think it needs to be, really stressed that that's something that we should all be doing.
I would say single-handedly, that is the only reason why we have seen success, is just because of doing those steps. We're doing the things that the realtors in our area aren't doing. A lot of the realtors are waiting for people to come to them, and we're attacking and going after everyone first.
Yeah.
And that's you don't see it very often. One thing we were talking about yesterday was the amount of nets we catch or cast. We don't just do the sign on the pepet or on the marquee sign. We do marketing, a little bit of marketing here, a little bit of marketing here, and we, baseball fields, events, the sign, our vehicles, your dog bowl. Like, there's so many little things that we're doing because each one of those things has its own pool of people, and a lot of realtors, I feel like, are, they kind of get caught up with, well, I spent $1,000 on this sign, why am I not getting calls? And it can't just be that. It has to be this wide net of things of, they saw you on the sign, and you also got, they came to your open house, they got a mint, and then they also got your mailer. It's not just the one thing.
And sticking with it, and sticking. So many people, they'll pay for ads, or they'll pay for, postcards. They send them out one time and they're mad that they didn't get a call back within the 30 days.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, what you do today is going to set you up for 30, 60, 90 days from now. So you have to stay really consistent with it. And
in 90 days, don't forget about that.
Yeah, so you need to do it.
So it needs to happen again.
But also something else, like if you do a postcard, then you can follow it up with a phone call. Now you have a reason to call, like, hey, I just want to see if you got my postcard. And then you can follow it up. Oh yeah, I tried calling you and you weren't here, so now I'm knocking on your door. How are you? And just feel like you're not interrupting, because our biggest problem is interrupting people's daily lives.
Yeah.
And so with marketing, now you're not just a stranger, they know you. And so I think it's really important. And another thing too, it's not just the pretty sticker and picture, it's also, like we talk about, the lasting impression you want to leave. And so for me personally, it's really about being that real estate resource. And that's what I say when I call people, hey, I would just love the opportunity to be a real estate resource, whether you need me now or you need me later, or you have a friend or family member. That's what I want to be. So I have people calling me for just the array of things: estate sales, a plumber, a gardener, how's the market? I mean, it's from everything from A to Z. And so little things that I could do for my brand to really emphasize that that's what I'm about is, like, on the holidays, I do Meals on Wheels for my farm for the elderly that can't get out and go grocery shopping or make their own meals. Or once a year, I'll do a donation pickup for, right before school starts, let's clean out that closet. Like, I just want to help you. And that's what I'm trying to make known. And I think that it's just all those little things that really make that stick out.
And that leads right into the perfect thing. We're not saying go and spend a ton of money. I mean, it helps if you have a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of stuff and donate, and it helps. But if we had to start somewhere, and I had no money to spend on marketing.
Right.
I was like, mailers, that's $3,000. Nope, I'm not sending a mailer. Not happening. But you start out small, and I think a really good way of doing that is social media.
It's free public marketing. It's
free.
He's the king. He is absolutely. I've never met anyone that's converted so many leads into dollar bills.
I think one thing that works really well for both of us is personal branding on there. So we're not just doing all real estate. Here's infographics. Here's the interest rates today. Here's all this. I will post a picture of my daughter doing gymnastics, and then post, hey, I'm doing a walkthrough today. And this might sound bad, but I have even done it to where I have videos saved from me doing showings or seeing a house, and I'm like, I'm not going to post that yet. I'm going to wait for a day that I'm not doing that, and I'll post it there where it looks like I'm working, but I'm really not. I'm either home or like, hey, I'm sick, but I want to make it seem like I'm still out doing stuff, because if people think you're busy, then you are busy. And that's like the best. Yeah,
because people just want what everyone else has, and if they're working with you, then they want to work with you too.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's a persona that you want to send. It's not about being fake, but it's about, like, I try to stick to a rule. I only try to post like minimal pictures of my kids, because if you will get some creepy people online, and they will, now your number is visible to everybody, and you want to kind of protect, I protect my family to a degree, but I try to keep it like, every third real estate post, I do try to do a personal post.
Yeah.
So that way, when anyone's scrolling through my page, it's, not just like a testimonial. It's a picture of a workout. I have health and fitness,
Yeah.
it's a big part of it, or a
You're
picture
building
of a
a rapport.
camping trip. So yeah, it's like they
People
know
think
who I
you're real.
am. Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
You took a picture and posted it of your alarm clock going off at 4:30. And it's like, okay, so now we know he's an early bird, he gets stuff done, he has a routine, all that
Had
from a
nothing to do with
4:30
real stuff.
number.
I just
Nothing
woke
to
up
do.
at 4:30 to take a picture of it, and then I went right back to bed.
But then, like,
No, I'm
you know,
totally-
you probably did.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, now people know you're working out. My husband's like, oh, Kyler works out, so it's just another snippet into you.
Asshole.
that early.
Yeah, oh yeah, you forgot to add that part. Yeah, so the whole social media thing, you know, it's free, it's easy, and that's a really good way to build rapport.
And your marketing manager at your office is amazing at helping you do content and videos. And I became really close with Cassidy because she really helped me step out of my comfort zone because I did not want to be on camera, but I was told that that's what I needed to do. So that was what I did. And now I feel much more comfortable and I don't need as much help. But you know, taking someone's hand at the beginning or following someone that you like and kind of modeling what they've done. If you want what they have, do what they've done to get where you need to be. It's just
don't need to reinvent the wheel. Yeah. Kind of touching a little bit more on content that can you know converts into stuff. So have you seen a whole lot of success from your videos just like, hey, they saw a video, or has it been we see you post all the time and you post all these different things, now we know who you are, right? It's not just that one thing. You can't post a single video of you talking and expect everyone to come rush you. Oh man, interest rates are low, I'm gonna call her. It's over and over and over and over again. It's them, you're a lot of touches. You're kind of everywhere, and they keep seeing Natalie, and it's like, okay, you know what? She's my first call.
Yeah, but it took a little bit of time. I had to see what I really excelled in, and so I did a lot of shorts in the beginning, and I did more of a funny version. I like to make people laugh because I think laughter is the cheapest medicine. So I did a lot of shorts, and then I started to do informational videos about, you know, that were relevant to what was going on in society at the time. So that showed that I do know what I'm talking about. The funny part of it showed kind of who I am as a person. And then I snip in a testimonial in there, and that's evidence from my clients that I have made it to the finish line with, you know, happy clients. And so all those together, it's done really well that I do get a lot of feedback that's positive with my social media. I have, you know, random friends from high school that reach out to me like, hey, you know, I want to move out to that area, or it's just crazy. You don't know what audience you're getting in front of. And that's the cool thing about social media.
I get a lot of questions about how can I get more followers, and that is a very tough question because everyone thinks you need a video to go viral to get followers and stuff. And even I don't have you know, a crazy amount of followers. There's so many realtors that have way more followers than I do. But I think what is really important is to have followers that are actual people and like real, and they're in your area. They're not from Georgia, Maryland, you know, they just want to follow you because they like your content. There's a difference between having a follower because they're a fan versus having a follower because they're actually interested in what you're doing.
Right.
And a really good way to do that I found pretty early on was finding a location around us, let's say like a restaurant or a workout studio, and I go to their followers and I follow basically every single one, because the only people that are following that person, that page, are the local people. It's not people like random, you know, when they do suggested on Instagram, they're not random people. It's these are people that follow this page because they know about it. It's not a chain. It's not like I'm following Carl's Jr. and following all their followers.
Right.
You know, I don't care about them. I care about the people that are following them. So that's a good way to get followers. I found a lot of success through that, where I would follow them, and then we would have like one friend somehow, some way that is a mutual friend, and then they would follow me back, and they're like, oh,
odds are 50% of those will follow you back. So for a while, your numbers might creep really high, and that you want to always kind of look like you have less followers, but it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And also to get verified. Verified is another way that people have a sense of trust. Because you've been verified, you're not a fake scammer, you're not a pedophile, you know, like, because I get nervous when people follow me. I feel like they're hacked and they're trying to just get in to get my credit cards and take
Yeah.
over my life. Like, it's just a common conception that people have, so.
But if there's like one mutual friend or something,
You're like, okay,
then they immediately like, oh, I know her, or I know of her, and it works out really well. So good way to get followers from that. Also one thing I always learn: never let your story die. Always have something on your story. That way, you're always there's a little bubble on everyone's profile that they want to see what you're doing. So. And I preach this.
Never let your
story die.
I really like that. So no days of no story.
No days of no story. Like, even if it's something simple like a sunset or something, as long as it's something your name is popping up on all of the people that follow you on their stories, and everyone always knows your stories.
Right.
So it's just a very easy way. The whole point of branding, and building rapport and being that top of mind. Social media is a very easy, free way of doing it. So.
Yes. That's good. I like that.
Events. How many events do you think you do a year?
Probably 5 or 6.
And
I love events.
Yeah, events are incredible, and most of them are actually free.
Yeah.
Some are like, hey, throw us $20, or just come and show up, because they, a lot of people want events. So highly recommend doing events.
And it comes with trial and error. My very first event in the farm, I'm up against a pretty renowned agent and his team that's pretty established in the community, and we were doing a raffle giveaway. Well, at the very end, they're like, okay, Oscar Tortola, he's got box seats at the Angel Stadium. Winner real estate, $50 gift card. But that's okay, I learned, and I'm going, people probably thought that was cute, like how cute she is with her little gift card. But I'm trying to build my name too, and we're not gonna be perfect, and we're gonna have a lot of people ahead of us, but one day we will be ahead of someone else.
Well, and hey, your name was said versus there's probably 100 realtors in that area, and your name and his name were the only names that were said in that entire event. It's a good way to think of it, right? That is even if it's so small and you think it was small to a lot of other people, maybe they don't like him or they have a bad experience, and you were the next person that was said up on that stage, and that's why they used you.
This year I did not have a $50 gift card.
It was 75.
75 and a car washing kit.
Okay, so lots of events, as many as you can do in your community. Huge. Social media, obviously super huge. Little pop buys. Pop buys are really good. So I actually follow. I wanted to bring this up to you guys. I follow this
about that, I remember.
Facebook account that is it's a Facebook page.
And he'll put it in the chat at the end.
I'll put it in here. But it's called Pop Buys for Realtors, and it's a full page. There's 100,000 members on this on Facebook, and everyone comments of what has worked for them, and a pop buy is going door to door and giving a little something of value. And a lot of these people are like, hey, I just go to the Dollar Tree and I get, or hey, Dollar Tree is doing this deal, or Walmart is doing this deal. And a lot of them have been really cute. Like the last one I saw, Dollar Tree was selling these little mailboxes. Like the cutest little mailboxes, and realtors were getting these things, putting their business card in it, and leaving them on doorsteps. It was $100 for 100 doors, and people were like, we get calls all the time.
That's really cool.
Lowe's, that's the other one I've seen. Lowe's has these little mini buckets, like little buckets, and people like throw a business card or something. And again, those are like $1 a piece, or like $25 for 50 or something on Lowe's website. And they just run deals every once in a while, but. That group has given me a lot of ideas of how to kind of touch different neighbors in our area. And
what are some that you've done that you've had a lot of success with?
I really wanted to do the Lowe's buckets, but I couldn't find them. And honestly, the donut one was kind of an idea from the pop buy. Someone was saying that they went door to door with little treats and for a community garage sale. And I was like, okay, how cool would that be? And I contacted our donut store, and I know that they're kind of struggling a little bit. So I was like, hey, I really want to do this. Would you guys be able to make it happen? And 700 or 800 donuts later, I was able to go door to door. But the idea came from this Facebook group, and so I highly recommend trying this group. Super super cool. They've got phenomenal ideas for booth handouts, pop buys for going down the street, or just real estate in general. Kind of a fun little thing to try.
Yeah.
So, okay. Do we want to try and end it soon and then just get as many questions and answers?
Yeah, the last thing that I wanted to share was that some tools that I use to help with my marketing and branding was Canva. They have the free version and then the paid version, which is an amazing online tool that you can literally create a logo, create a template. It stays in there, so then you can just add it to your testimonials, your open house signs, all of the above, and it's very user friendly. And also your marketing manager at your office will have access and can be a collaborator on that. Another one, I don't know where you guys are all out of, but if you can find a good graphics company, we have DH Graphics in Marietta. They're fantastic at doing banners, wrapping vehicles. I've had him make table covers that has my logo on it, just amazing stuff. Etsy is another one that I really like because you can download the template and it's editable through Canva, and it's really user friendly. I love that. And then also Amazon. I've loaded my logo on Amazon and this Amazon and this too, so
that's
just little tote bags. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Little tote bag with my stuff, and I give it to clients with all their documents and stuff. So
you guys can't see that she gives us to every listing appointment. I'm gonna try to get closer to the camera. It's basically her mug with her logo and a little notepad and a pen. Like, how cool is that? And it's just giving
little things,
a little value. Just and to a seller, if you've got two realtors and one shows up with that and then the other one just shows up with a paper, who are they gonna pick? I mean,
and then this is going on their fridge. It's a magnet, and then they have it's just like down the road.
And even if they don't use the mug, it's still like they felt like you provided value
before.
The
cupboard forever.
Yeah, but they feel like they've gotten something without asking for anything in return, basically, and that goes a long. Just wait 30 days, Mr. Seller. But that's incredible. Yeah. So we really want to. The whole point of this was we wanted to kind of discover the brand, say what works for us, and now we really want to hear what you guys do. If you have any questions of like, hey, do you think this would work, or anything, we really
or something that you do that you want everyone else to know, because you guys, it's all a collaboration of great minds, right?
Yeah, I mean, we see LA, Palm Desert, Chino Hills, so chances are no one's taking anyone else's business in here. So what works for you guys, or just questions. What do you guys have any questions of what you would like to do and maybe need an opinion?
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, first of all, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's very informative. So I'm trying to find, our marketing team, especially here in Temecula, is fantastic. They've made postcards for me, flyers, and they come out really, really nice. My question though is there I'm going to say inexpensive, but a more efficient way to take the graphics to make the postcards, the flyers? I have in the past used Omega, and then I've actually taken the postcards down to this. I have this distributor. She has a bulk license to take down to the post office. You get a little bit of a break. Is there something a little more efficient you could recommend? Or I've done this before too, is taking the door hangers and attached the postcards to the door hangers and put those on doors. How effective is that? Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, Bear Printing.
Yeah, so there's a company called Bear Printing that we just had a amazing demo for this company. They're kind of affiliated with Stewart Title, but they also they go solo as well. We were blown away by the level of quality. It had flyers, brochures. They actually can find your listing and go every home within a 1 mile radius that's lived there, their own, owner occupied, that have lived there for 5 to 10 years, meaning that they're more likely to sell. And then not only will they create a template for you, and you can click on it if you like it and send an okay to go, print it, they'll mail it, and the price was absolutely cheap and you didn't have to do a huge quantity. There was not, the limit was not bad. There we go. Thanks, Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Bear printing is the new one I'm gonna probably be going to. I know Canva is really good as far as they can print it for you. You may have to do your own addresses on it, which can be personalized, but bear printing is.
I was using Omega Print for EDDM, Every Door Direct Mailing, and there's a cost to it, but it was very easy. I just sent it to them and told them the area I want, and then they just sent me the bill, and they take care of it all. I didn't have to do anything. Yeah, right. I'm probably paying a little bit of a premium for it, but now that we have Bear Printing, they're going to be the new one because they sound phenomenal with what they can do. So check them out. They put the link in the chat.
So my title company actually puts together an Excel spreadsheet and kind of narrows that down, just like you had mentioned. Targets, folks that have owned their homes for, at least 5 years or so. You don't typically, wouldn't think want to target someone who just bought a house, just bought their house. Yeah. So the title company puts that together for me. So that helps out a lot too. So I'm not instead of sending out like 600 or 700, I might narrow it down to 300 or 400.
It's cost effective, and you can upload that to any of these printing
exactly
and have now this is who I'm going to target for the next 5 years consistently. And you can even set up an auto send, like, hey, I want to do Mother's Day cards for, female owner occupied. There's so many things that you can do, play around with it. It feels overwhelming because there is so much you can do, but you can sit down with someone from that company and kind of get a strategic plan together.
Do you find that that's if you stay consistent with it, that it's effective? And do you ever leave things instead of, like, when I do door knocking, I don't sometimes literally door knock. I might leave something at the door, like sometimes, yeah, like with a door hanger with my card on it, something like that. I mean, it's just kind of a numbers game.
I would say it's worth it, but also don't let that be your only thing you do.
Right.
Do stuff in the community because they'll see your, let's just say booth, for example, and they'll be like, oh, he just dropped something off last week, or I just saw his mailer. So don't let that be the only thing you do. Try and branch and keep doing everything, but stay consistent with it all. And it could be little things. It doesn't have to be like massive and massive. It could be like little, but you're casting a wider net and they're seeing your name in multiple different areas. That one of those is all you need for them to remember and be like, I'm going to call Shane and go from there.
But then
I do an annual food can drive around Thanksgiving time.
Nice.
And that's been really successful. And then the people the folks that leave something out on the porch, then I leave up my notepad, with my branding on it. I do a toy drive for our community as well too around Christmas time. And that's always very popular. So it isn't necessarily things that really cost money. It's just my time and effort. So I've found success with those.
That's amazing. Yeah. Keep going with it. And I mean, that's literally your brand. They're remembering Shane and your brand, and that's why it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. There was someone else that said something, but anyone else have any questions or anything we can help answer? Crickets. Okay, well then I'm just gonna end it with this. There's two things I really want to say. Don't be boring. No one likes boring. No one. Be fun. Be energetic. People thrive with that in any aspect of branding. Anything. Just don't be boring. Don't throw infographics and think that's gonna work. Be yourself. Be fun. And then the last thing is audit yourself. Go search yourself up on Google, and if you see what you like, or if you see what you think is good, then run with it. And if you don't, and you're like, I need to add more, I want people to be talking about me more, or I want my Instagram to look better, stand out more, have more of a Google presence, or just audit yourself. Go to your social media and be like, what can I do differently? How can I make it better? And if it's working, then don't worry about it. But if it's not, audit. Just simply
Cassidy, look at your picture.
Yes. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know.
One last question. How do you feel about like banners on like baseball fields or football fields or soccer? I mean, those can be a little pricey, but how effective are those, do you think?
Very.
They've worked for us.
We
And it's
both
not,
have one at the baseball
yeah,
field.
and it's not necessarily people calling us from the banner like, hey, I saw you at the baseball fields, but it's just a kind of overall view of, I see your name at the banner and or at the baseball fields, and I got your mailer and I saw your Instagram, and all of those will coincide and work.
Oh, the videos.
Awesome.
Oh, video's off. I don't know why video went off. Sorry guys. Why is the video not working?
Was it off the whole time?
I don't know. You guys can't see us, right?
It was
Weird. I don't know. Okay.
We can see you.
That was what?
We can see you.
You can?
Oh, not right now. We can't.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. For some reason, it's not working. But that's it. You want anything else you want to end?
No. The one last thing I was going to say to Shane about the banner. I did have an experience of recent where I had put an offer on a property and there was multiple offers on this one property, and then later that night I got a picture from the agent of my banner. He's like, hey, I'm at the fields with my kid. I didn't know that your kid plays here too. And whether he's allowed to say that or not, that's what got me the deal over the other people, was just that person ability that I had and it was over a banner. He hadn't met me yet, but he knew, okay, baseball mom, this and that and the other. But so it creates an impression, and that's what you're doing it for.
That's it.
I just saw one more question come in the chat, I think.
Let's see. How did you determine your marketing budget? Ooh, that's a good question. I didn't. If I had a little extra, real estate, it's hard because, you never know where the next deal is going to come from. So when we were starting out, for me, when I was starting out, if I felt like I had a little extra money to spend, I spent it. And marketing is probably the most important thing in this industry. How are you going to market yourself differently than the next realtor? Because everyone and their mother is a realtor nowadays. So
I walked into my budget with faith.
yeah,
I just went into it blind, knowing that I believed it so much that it would produce and it would be fruitful. And I had to do that, and it's been fruitful, and I'm glad I did.
You just gotta. It's hard to determine how much you're going to spend. I would just say, do it. Just start and
Get a credit card.
Get a credit. Yeah. It's a write-off at the end of the day. No, I'm not telling you go into debt, but spend as much as you possibly can, because I can't tell you how important it is to do it. So
listing box. Where can I purchase a listing box?
Listing box. That's I don't know. I've never really done a listing box. Are you talking about the mug? Maybe. If you're talking about the mug, we'll put it in the chat of where Natalie gets them. But
or if it's the box that I know that Mike Ferry sends with the.
No, I've seen these beautiful boxes, maybe black fabric, etc., and you can fill them with whatever you want, the marketing material, etc. But I'm not exactly sure where people are purchasing them from.
I know that a lot of people purchase on Amazon because it's easy, good customer service, you can get it quickly. But yeah, I feel like there's another company that would be better at that, cheaper probably. I don't know
them. Okay, well, I think that's it. I'm putting something in the chat right now for our Instagrams. If any of you guys are curious what we post and how we post it, and more fun ideas, because we're always doing events and stuff. So I'm putting both of our Instagram handles in here for you guys. But other than that, I hope you guys all have an amazing day. And if you ever have any questions, we are always free to answer. So please reach out. We're realtors, so we always answer our phones. Right? What's your Instagram?
At Natalie Wimmer. You should know that by heart.
Just that?
Just that?
Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Hope you all have an amazing Wednesday.
Oh, thank you. It was amazing.
Thank you.